are on the land. Do you see land? That's land. That is one of the highest levels of magic. And here in New York, the most highest levels of magic you can see are performed right in a courtroom, right in front of you at some of these the towers, the Freedom Towers, the Empire State Building. You know, New York is a very high level magical place other than Hollywood, okay? But New York is where the House of Deeds are kept, okay? All your places have a deed. Can you find the title to your deed? That is the highest level of magic. My people, are you feeling, hearing what I am saying? The highest level of magic is you when you tap in. There are people who have tapped in that sit in the seats on the podiums of the Supreme Court. They hold high levels of magic, my people. High levels of magic. The Magi, the magician, the sword, the one who is the sorcerer, the witch, the warlock, who controls the wand, the Hollywood wand. It's a Hollywood. It's nothing but wood. You can go find some Hollywood, my people. High levels of magic. Straight in the New York City area. Straight out of your courtrooms is the high levels of magic. That is why everything is based upon law. So, if you have high levels of magic within your paperwork, then you can do a lot with the paperwork that is at a high level of magic. What are your titles? Do you have a title? Or are you just walking into the court as the piece of paper before the judge? Well, that's up to you. But here, we are on high levels of magic. Magic is the land that you see right now. This is a form of high levels of magic. Okay, my people? Do you understand what a high level of magic really is? Tune in, and you too shall be a high level magician when it comes to your entire life, when you are back on the land. And only a high level magician waving a magical wand, which is your paperwork, will put you back on the land. So you can be out there, whatever you do, but if you don't have a covenant or a covering, then you too will be caught out there and devoured by other high level magicians. Okay? This process is not for a low level magician that does not want to accelerate to his or her higher level of magic. 407-300-5377. You want to tap into that high level magic of paperwork, okay, of indoctrination. 407-300-5377. You know what I'm saying? Your host, Flame, straight up, my people, straight up. High levels of magic is how you silver surf through the process. Go look up and see who the Silver Surfer was. They wouldn't just make a cartoon called the Silver Surfer, my nigga. Okay? So, if the Supreme Court judges are at high levels of magic, wouldn't it be to your benefit before you walk into the Supreme Court with your case to have studied and studied and studied, not just for 1 year, maybe not for just 2 years? You need to study more. To enter into any Supreme Court, any federal court, any NVDC court, you have to study high levels of magic. Okay? And high levels of magic is not what these so-called gurus out here is telling you. That is why you have to get with the real magicians on the game of life and on the chess exchequer board. Straight up. If you ain't getting with that, then what the fuck are you getting? Because the exchequer board is all magic. Go back, look at the checkerboard. Go back and look at the chess pieces. It's all high magic. Each one of your paperwork is in a category of each chess piece. So, if you don't know how to move your paperwork throughout and within the court system, even in the sea of commerce, when you're out so-called driving or so-called or whatever it is you want to call it, you have to be a master magician with a high level of magic. Want to learn? 407-300-5377, because that's all we about is high levels of magic. You know what I'm saying? How high is your level of magical thought? Can you be invisible right in front of somebody that you do not want to see? How high level magic are you waving your wand? Because if you waving a wand in front of the Supreme Court judge and you get a case ruling of in your favor, that's a check and a ruling at a Supreme Court level. And that's what you want, right? Because at a Supreme Court level, they have to leave you alone, straight up. So it would take tons of studying before you even file a claim in Supreme Court, before you even file a claim in federal court, because those are high magicians that can pierce your paperwork because they have a bunch of magic books that you have not yet tapped into. So if your case is not rock solid where you know that you will be a winner, then you need not to fill out the paperwork until you know that you are the winner in your favor for a ruling from a Supreme Court judge, a federal court judge, a NVDC judge, whatever judge it is, traffic court judge. You have to have major magic. You have to know how to knock them out the box. You gotta know your worth. You gotta know your warranty. You got to know your deed. You got to know your title. How you going to walk up into a courtroom with no fucking title? What dumb ass does that? For real, for real. You know, somebody was threw up some they threw up some shit, y'all. They threw up some shit on YouTube with some court cases and some judges. And you have to really see how stupid motherfuckers really are entering these courtrooms, thinking that they can outsmart a judge that's been there for like 50 fucking years. You can't outsmart a judge that's been there for 50 years unless you have another type of certain type of paperwork. Straight up. Because you got to knock them out the position so now that you can take the position. And it's just you and the DA. You know what I'm saying? But y'all not on that level. You know, y'all think it's all about them other gurus that's talking all of that smack when they ain't really talking shit because they still got you going to some fucking DOJ for help. When you don't need no fucking other officers' help. All you need is your own fucking titles. That's the bottom line. Get with us if you want to learn high levels of magic. 407-300-5377. My nigga. We the people. Straight up. You know, because we come with it. And when we come with it, we coming with it spiritual. If you ain't spiritual, leave us the fuck alone. Straight up. Because it's all about the spirituality. You have to be highly spiritual walking up into anybody's courtroom that's not your courtroom. And shouldn't your paperwork precede you before you walk up in there? Should you not be going in anybody's courtroom saying anything but stating the name for the record? That's it. And you don't even need to state a title, just state your name. Because if you have done your high level magical work on your name, then everything else falls into proper place. And a Negro that sits on a bench acting as the judge, you know, has to remove himself or herself. Then it's you and the DA going back and forth. Now the DA is going to have to talk to the judge that was knocked off the case because somebody else is the judge now. Oh my God, who would that be? Well, you need to get with us. 407-300-5377. Because you need the paperwork, my nigga. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? So, high levels of magic is putting yourself into the seat of the owner. Straight up. Niggas was saying for years, all of these gurus own nothing and control everything. Well, if you're not the owner on the record, you can't control a goddamn thing, my nigga. Straight up. You can't control it if you are not the owner. You must be the owner on the land in a domestic status, not a foreign status. Foreigners cannot own domestic land, idiot. So all those people that followed a bunch of convicts coming out of jail because they had to be foreign, because they could not control their own estate, so they had to be foreign. So they gave you their process of a foreign process, which is not you. If you've never been in jail or never had a felony, why would you need to be foreign to your domestic land? You cannot claim anything as a foreigner in the United States of America. It's not yours to claim. Straight up. Go back to your own land and claim your own shit in your own fucking land. So, basically, high levels of magic, my people, is what you're going to need right now to get through the system. Straight up. 407 300 5377. High levels of magic, my people. Okay? You see, we are on the land. Always. And when you leave your fucking land, it's a different story. You know what I'm saying? It's a different story when you leave your land, my people. You know what I'm saying? So, somebody said, how do I become a high-level magician? I'm only a beginner. Give us a call, 407 300 577. And, you know, we can get you up there 5 weeks. Get you on the right track, paperwork. He said, I got level 4 magic. I can cast invisibility on myself for 5 minutes. I know you can. I know you right. I know you right because I've done the same thing. Nigga standing right in front of me. What else we got here? He said, I specialize in black magic. Hell yeah, we specialize in all types of magic because all types of magic is what our ancestors would do to protect the land and their people, their families, everything, property. So yeah, black magic is good magic. It's from our ancestors. So he said, IDK, any vanilla magic, that white magic. White magic is good too. You got to know what magic to use at that specific time. That is why you have to study high levels of magic. The whole system is based on magic and symbols. The magic type are you the best at? Well, what magic type am I the best at? I can knock a motherfucker off the seat that's up in the courtroom. I tell you that. Let me see. Not enough magic. No, we got too much magic over here. Magic. Well, yeah, in some cases, if life is magic, everything is magic. If you look at a lightning bug, it's all magical. When you look at the squirrels at night, when the lightning bugs light up, it's all magical. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes the deer may come out. You need to be an advanced magician. You're damn skippy. You must be an advanced magician. Only advanced magicians win court cases. Okay, sometimes you may have to lose a case because you may need to get to that next level for you to get to another level within another court case. So, concern judgment. Courtrooms are in reality wizards' towers. Yes, drop that knowledge, my nigga. Drop that knowledge, 5. Tell them about it. For real. Where all kinds of magic happens. Well, all kinds of magic happens in any type of setting. It could be anywhere. You can create magic wherever you are. But magic create right now is money magic. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he said Hollywood. Yeah, Hollywood. Weird. How do I become a high-level magician? He said, you can learn a lot of magic by playing around with chess pieces. True that. Because I often beat the computer on level 3. I'm often beating the computer. When I'm mad focused, I'm beating the computer in chess. So what is this? Drows are also descent, but only when you've exhausted chess. Okay. What's up? What's up? People, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling y'all. If y'all got some more things you want to throw up in the chat, throw them up on there, because what level of magic you want to be on, we can take you there. But what we specialize is in the magic of this process, because magic, high level magic, is what you need. Now, when you're going into a Supreme Court or federal court or NVDC court or any type of traffic court, basically, my people, you're going in alone. There's nobody there with you if you're representing yourself. So what does that tell you? That you need to be studied up. So how are people studying up? You know what I'm saying? How are you studying up, my people? How are you studying? Are you, digging deep? Are the ancestors coming through you while you are in your study mode and just showing you a whole nother level of magic to get through a certain doorway? Because a group cannot go through a doorway, my people, only one person. And anybody knows that when you see the portals that open up, you either run fast and other people run behind you and it closes up quickly. Some portals stay open for like a minute. Some portals stay open for 2 minutes. It's based on, the situation and where you are at on the map. The key is with high level magic is that you must always know your coordinates on the map. So there are systems that can tell you your coordinates exactly. If you own property, you should know your coordinates. Because if you know your coordinates and you research the land, then you will know where you really are sitting on, my people. High levels of magic. You know what I'm saying? Get with it. Where all kinds of magic happens, right here, out in the open, in the center, wherever. So, this has been another public announcement from the United States Private Enterprise Free State, 407-300-5377. Learn these high levels of magic. Give us a call, sign up, and we'll get you started. Stay up, stay one, stay strong, and we are out.